This is a bowl we reach for when time is tight but love is needed. No mixers, no fancy pans, just one bowl, a spoon, and a little faith. It's the kind of cake you make when you think you can't bake but still want to try. Rich, chocolatey, forgiving. Messy hands are welcome, so are curious kids. It's not about perfection, it's about showing up with what you have and making something sweet out of it. By now you've noticed that our baking order isn't always according to the rules. After all, we make them, so start with your dry ingredients. Flour, baking powder, cocoa, bicarb, and salt. You probably want to mix these first, but as you can see here, the recipe is very forgiving and you can add as you go along. Add your wet ingredients in: oil, water, 1 egg, and amasi. Amasi was a variation that we did on our own here. The recipe actually called for milk, but we used amasi. Amasi is a South African delicacy which is made of fermented milk. Pretty much milk is made to ferment and then stored, which can then be consumed later with either ipapa or uputu. This is very similar to buttermilk, so if you don't have access to amasi, buttermilk works just fine. As you can see here, we started with a little bit of a stiff mix and we ended with the water at the end. I wanted to add and mix in the eggs first before adding in the hot water to avoid the eggs cooking in the process. Give that a good whisk until it's all incorporated. You should have a wet sort of consistency at the end, and that is right. Just make sure there are no lumps and no bubbles at the end and you should be good to go. Once your batter is well combined, grease a pan of your liking. What we like to do is add a layer of butter or oil at the bottom and then dust that off with a little bit of flour on the top. Just a little trick I learned to help the cake come off a little bit easier. Make sure there's no clumps of flour, so you want to put the flour in and then dust it off gently so that you just have the surface flour behind. That should make it for your batter to land and also come out easily when it's now cake. Bake your cake in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius. Should take about 20 to 30 minutes, all depending on your oven. Feel free to use a toothpick to make a toothpick test at about 15 to 20 minutes so that the cake will not flop. Anything earlier than that might add some cool air into your oven and make the cake flop. Make sure that your cake looks somewhat stiff before you do a toothpick test. This time we didn't make an icing, but we went with an ice cream instead, which worked like a charm. Remember to enjoy your time in the kitchen, have fun, make mistakes, fix them. If you can't fix them, you learn a lesson and you do better later. I'd like to take this moment to give a big shout out to our 100 subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing. And if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. Leave us a comment on anything you'd like to see us try or any improvements you'd like to see us do on our videos. Till next time, that's it from Now We Shall Eat.